And when you have your shoes and your gear and everything laid out, you remove resistance to getting things done. And that's basically what habits are. It's, can you remove the resistance? Is it the sweets? Remove them. I have to. It's like cocaine to a drug addict. I can't have the sweets. Can't have them in the house. I'm not one that'll take a square of a dairy milk. I will eat the whole thing before you even blink twice. It'll be gone. And that's so I know I have to remove that element. I don't have that control. So yeah, it's preparation the night before, knowing your route. Like knowing your route for a run can be very off-putting. If you arrive in a place and you're like, oh, I need to do a 5K, but I don't really know where I am. That can be so off-putting. So like even
Extra
what route
thinking.
am I gonna do? At what point in my route am I gonna do 1 kilometer faster or slower or and for example, you do your 1 kilometer faster and there's traffic lights in the middle of that. It can really just upset things. So I know we're kind of divulging, but it's just all the different things I've dealt with over the last, I don't know how many years, that I keep making the same mistakes. But every year we're reducing some of them. We're learning eventually. But yeah, there's just little things like that. So even for this trip for Vietnam, we're training for Barcelona. The cheaper option was to go stay in hostels and this. I've stayed in places and I've made sure they've 2 treadmills for me and Katie so that we can do our runs. So that was a decision we made to stay on track with our plan and removing the resistance. We don't have to think about it. We go to the treadmill, we get it done, then we can get on with the rest of our day. So it's little things like that, and preparation, even food, what you're going to eat the next morning. So if you go to the fridge and you go for your run, there's no eggs. And I always have egg. There's you just have to think about it a little bit more. Treat yourself like an athlete, I suppose.
There's a couple things there. That accountability factor as well, because you've got a training plan, you got a set training plan through Brandon. That if you hit this, otherwise he's gone beyond you and be like, hey, hang on a second, you said you're supposed to do this in the morning. If I'm running by myself, I haven't got a plan. I'm like, if I don't run, it's on me. I heard this mad thing in a podcast. It's like you're more likely to get your dog to go through a whole prescription cycle of whatever it is to get back healthy again than you are for yourself. Because you're like, 6% day, I don't care too much. But when the onus on someone else, and sometimes that onus is on for someone else, like if I don't get this training plan, I'm not letting myself down only. I'm letting someone else down who went through the time to put in that training plan for me, and I'm not doing it. It's like the last couple of weeks doing High Rocks, Roisin had me send me out training plans and stuff just to get me to the starting line because I was an awful way for it. And I knew if I didn't do it, she's after putting in the work to give me these training plans, get me through a training week. And all of a sudden, I'd be like, I don't care that she went through that effort. I'm not doing it. It's like, I'm not like, so I'm sitting there in the gym going, I've got this hour and I better do something here because they've put in the effort to get me to this point to get a training plan in. It's the same with runs and stuff. And the other thing that helped me was I don't do it anymore. I don't know why. When I struggled, I used to have a massage going out. You can argue whether it's good, not good for you, all the rest. But I knew when I started using that massage gun, it was the building a habit, adding something in that went massage gun, the gear on that was already ready for me to the runners. The next thing I know, I have the headphones on and I'm out the door on the run. I know what I'm doing. So it's just building that little step by step rather than just sitting at the table going, oh, what am I supposed to do now? Where are the runners? What room are they in? Oh, yeah. I should do this a second. What's on Instagram? And they're just getting knocked out of the zone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is that, and that's for any run, just preparation. Prepare everything. And for me, the added pressure is the 40 people who are going to Barcelona to do the marathon are all watching, all watching my fucking
Yeah.
Strava